Mr. Pearson. Is he the president of the Illinois State Rifle Association? Is that correct?
Yes, he is.
Executive Director.
Executive Director, but who cares? Well, John and everybody covered things pretty well here. One bill did come up, HB 1664, and in my column on Thursday, that is the most dangerous bill I've ever seen. I suggest that we need to get some help and implement. I think Mr. Putin might moonlight for the state of Illinois, pick up a few extra bucks, because this is a KGB or Gestapo bill, plain and simple. So anybody can call you in and complain about you, and they are kept strictly anonymous. So this is a snitch bill. Actually, that's my name for it, the snitch bill. And so it is really a problem, and so all that will be coming up shortly. And I hope all of you will call your legislators and tell them to vote against this bill. I mean, if you look at the Judiciary Committee, and I know John's seen it, you know, you just about have to have your barf bag with you. But some of those people don't care about the Constitution, don't even know about the Constitution, and they couldn't care less. They just want to take your stuff because they think that will make them safer. It won't make them safer because they've already tried that. That's why the murder rate is so high in Chicago. So 1664 is coming up. I want you to call everybody you know and tell them to vote against it. It is a really bad bill. As far as the other bills go, I agree kind of with John. I'm sure the bump stock bill is going to get signed. It is also a trigger crank bill, but it limits it to that. The original bill covered everything. Trigger jobs, replace a spring in your shotgun. You couldn't inherit it, you couldn't sell it, you couldn't do anything with it. So sometimes you have to beat the stuff back, and you don't ever get the whole pie in Springfield, unless it's in your face. But anyway, so one of the things that I know we're talking about is the governor's veto of the trailer bill, which is somehow trailer bills get passed before the real bill, so I've never quite understood that. Have you ever tried pushing a trailer down the road? It's really hard. But anyway, so that's 4725. Please call the governor hotline. That number is 782-0244, I believe. It's on our website, but I believe that's the governor's hotline. I keep getting requests, what talking points should we give the governor? You don't have talking points. Just say you are opposed to the bill. There's a group of people there that just run a tally sheet. Is yes or no.
Hash marks.
Hash marks, that's all you are. That's all we all are, the hash mark. And so that's how that's done. So you don't have to worry about talking points. The same is true when you call your legislators. You know, some of them will just throw it away. I know some of them, I actually saw a state rep, you know, you email your legislative, and I was sitting in the outer office, I won't tell you who it was, but it wasn't a guy that's on our side, okay? So he had all these emails. I just watched him hit the delete button and just roll them down, and that was the end of that. So a phone call is better. A letter is better because they at least have to throw the thing away, you know, so always want to do that. The lobbying effort in the state of Illinois has changed since last year. We've lost one of our valuable lobbyists, and so I want to let you know that the Illinois State Rifle Association has put on 2 lobbyists. So we now have a total of 5.5 lobbyists. 5.5, yeah. Jim Benoble is 91, and he comes down, he wants to retire. Can you believe that crap? Pension doesn't kick into 100. Oh, lazy pup, you know. But anyway, and he handles a couple of legislators for us, and he does a great job. So, but he's been very helpful, but he's had some medical problems. So we have recently put on, of course, Ed Sullivan, who was the Republican floor leader that helped us get the concealed carry passed. We've also added John Potts, who is the former executive director of the Service Employees Union. So we have him on there too. So we have several lobbyists right now to pick up the slack for the NRA. And the NRA has appointed a new lobbyist, John Weber. John Weber was the campaign, worked in the campaign for Bill Brady and Mike Bost. So he has experience in Illinois, and he's a really good guy, really good guy. And so we have all that going on, and we have to constantly work on everything, because if you looked at what happened in the legislature the last week here, we are on a what's known as a 1-hour posting notice. Okay, that means, hey Rich, we're going to bring up a bill in committee in 60 minutes. Generally it's about 5 minutes, so it's actually 65 minutes. And so you have that amount of time to get ready. So we have to have, and we don't know what bill it is. If you looked at the bills last time, the trailer bill is a prime example. It started out as 333, Senate Bill 333, went to Senate Bill 337, and then it suddenly became House Bill 4725. So they keep moving the bill numbers around, and they do this through a series of floor amendments. So what the committee hearing is simply about is to take 4725 in the end, add a floor amendment to it, which changes all the things except the title of the bill. And and they popped that in there. I got to call one of those bills, like 337 maybe, was a bill that dealt with child molesters. And so I got a nasty call today about how I could be against a bill that prosecuted child molesters. Well, that's not the bill at all. When you go to the website, if you go to the website, you pull up the bill, and you'll see a little button there that says full text. When you pull up full text, then there's a little list that comes down, and it says Floor Amendment 1, Floor Amendment 2, Floor Amendment 3. Whatever the last one has been adopted is a real bill. So so you have to hunt for it. So we have all the 1664 was a technical change in the Floyd card that became the snitch bill. So, yes, sir.
Does the final bill then eliminate the previous amendment?
Yeah.
The final amendment is
The
it.
title stays the same. Okay.
But the other amendments go away. Just the last
Yeah, I'm sorry. The
amendment.
title stays the same, and the final amendment, unless it modifies one of the other amendments, you kind of have to read this stuff, but stays the same. So I might have passed a bill that says, lollipops for all third graders, and but the end of the bill is a gun control measure or some other measure. So there's a lot of bills like that. When you look through the bill list, it says technical amendment. Okay, technical change. That's all baloney. Those are shell bills. And they pass the shell bills en masse. They go to first reading, which is in the committee, goes to the floor, second reading, goes to third reading. There's nothing in those bills. One of the favorite ones I had last year was change the word in a certain law, change the word the to the word the. Okay, and so then they strip that language out. They put in language that whatever it is that works that way in other bills too. But for gun bills, they put in anti-gun language in there, and that's how that works. So you've got to be very careful. People get all upset because what the bill says in the title is not what it says in the is not what the real amendment says. So people get very upset because we don't know what we're talking about, but we actually do what we're talking about. Is that they don't want you to know what we're talking about. That becomes a real problem. So I know, ma'am, you think it's a whole crooked scheme, don't you? You're correct.
As politicians, what do you expect?
I know. You know, we have a new system in Illinois. You know, we don't. When our politicians die, we don't have to bury them. We just screw them in the ground. They're so crooked. Anyhow, but as a Black and Decker does it. Anyway, we are going to see if the governor vetoes this bill, we'll see another version of the bill, I'm sure. The problem is that we're so far out from the end of session that if he vetoes the bill, there's still time to bring another bill back. So we are not done. If anybody thinks that they're gonna go home tonight and retire, forget it. You're never done in Illinois, and you're never done anywhere else either. If you look what happened in Florida, the same bills are passing through the legislature right now in Florida, the 21 bill and so forth and so on. There is no state that the Second Amendment is not under attack. No state. So, I just want to let you know that. So you think that Illinois is the worst place? It's not. I got a friend in Massachusetts, has my job out there. That's the worst place, other than California maybe. So there's some bad spots here. One of the things you need to know is the FOID card figures. As of February 14th, I got the notice that we have 2,261,555 FOID cards. Now that's a heap of FOID cards, because if you take all the people who are, there's about 50,000 young people in there that can't vote, but most of the rest of them are voters. So we have to get to all those people. And every one of you knows somebody, I hope, that's not here, okay? So I used to be an insurance salesman. It's called nesting. I want you to take everybody you know and talk to them. I want you to take everybody you know and talk to them. Everybody you know and talk to them, okay? It's hard to do it that way, but it works better that way. And so we've got to bring them into the movement. The people who are out there, you know, we got about 25,000 members at the moment. How many FOID cards? That's 1%, less than 1% of the FOID card holders. Guns Save Life has a few. IC has a few. There's a few of them out there, but there's a whole lot of people out there who don't know what danger they're in, don't understand the problems. You know, they do not understand the problem. And so we have to get to those. There are hundreds, thousands of farmers in this state that think that nobody's going to bother their 870 shotgun or their 22 rifle. That isn't true. They're going to bother those the first time they get the chance. And so people have to understand that. And so getting this message out is hard. There's no easy way to do it. You know, if you, so you have to do it one-on-one. There's Facebook, but not everybody's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that jazz. A lot of those people that I found on Facebook and Instagram are not committed. They say they are. They're all for you. I'll hold your coat, you go fight the battle. Okay? So that's what happens a lot of times. So we have to get them invested. We have to have them show up for rallies. You know, that sort of thing. We have to do all that stuff. Every one of us, every gun organization has a different role. Okay? You know, but that role, as long as everybody's fulfilling their role, you know, you guys are great at demonstration. Great. You know, we have the lobbying and the litigation end of it. You know, we've had to pick up the NRA end of it a little bit there. So that's our role. We all have to work together. We cannot separate ourselves. We have to realize exactly what John said about who the enemy is. The enemy is a well-funded group of people funded by Bloomberg and Soros, and we watch the moms come down there, and the moms are a total manifestation of money, okay? We don't have money. We have shoe leather, but we need more shoe leather, okay? That's what we have. We don't have $1 million donation. We have a $25 donation. That's the kind of thing we need to have, but it can't quit. I know I'm running out of time. So anyway, so the other thing that happened is the people let down. We were getting memberships in this last week from people who quit the year after we got concealed carry. The reason we have all these bills is because they quit the year after we had concealed carry. You can never quit. You can never lie down. All right, you're always the junkyard dog guarding the hubcap. Okay, you're always going to be there. There's no other way around it. You might just well get a mindset that that's the way it's going to be, and continue on. And with that, I'll get out of your hair. Thank you so much for inviting me. Yes, sir.
How much of these laws will stand up to court martial?
Well, that's always a question. The question was, will these laws stand up to a court? The answer is you never know, and it depends on who's the Supreme Court. But to get to the Supreme Court, you're talking about the lower courts, and so when we go into the courts and we wind up in the first district in Chicago, we know we're going to lose. We just, and we've never been wrong yet. Even the ones we won at the Supreme Court in the 7th Circuit, okay, we lost. It was a stacked deck. You think the courts are fair? All courts. The courts are as political as anything else. But so then we go to the 7th Circuit. Now we've had some good luck at the 2nd Circuit. And some of those people, the one lady on the 2nd Circuit, might be up for Supreme Court justice. I kind of hope she doesn't get it because some of our courts, our bills, our cases that move to the Supreme Court, she'll have to recuse herself because she's been on that case before. So I'm not wishing her any ill really, but so then you get to the Supreme Court. We have to get some more justices. There's still 164 lower court justices that have to be approved. Those have to be pushed through, and we have to really work on that. We got some people, Kennedy and Ginsburg. Anybody want to give them free skydiving lessons? Don't pay. But anyhow, will you pack the shoe? Yeah, please. Anyway, so yes, sir.
Just a quick comment about membership. We have 11 renewals or sign-ups here tonight.
All right.
But if you think about how many gun owners are out there, we know for certain that legal gun owners, we got 2,261,000 and change. Almost probably right now 262,000. Okay. You, me, people in other parts of the state who are meetings like this, doing whatever they're doing, are carrying that burden. We have to spread that burden. Okay, if we had 2,261,000 people that would turn out to vote, we could paint the Capitol pink if we wanted to. Okay, but flourishes, I suppose. But so we can do anything, but we can't get everybody on the same page. We can't get them organized. We got to get the word out. So yes, sir.
Could you give us that information again of the bill number and the governor's number for us to contact?
It is 217-782-0244.
And the number, the bill number that...
The dealer's bill is SB 1657, and the trailer bill with it is HB 4725.
Is that
there you
one
go.
coming up Thursday, though, that you were saying is the most dangerous?
What's the SB number?
That is HB 1664, the snitch bill. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, HB 1664. They're going to hold a hearing on that in Chicago on Thursday while we're here. That's very nice of them to do that.
You aren't Apple or anything.
I won't say what I'm thinking. There's too many ladies here. But anyway, you've heard it before.
That's not a lady.
But anyway, so you have to be on it all the time. And I want you to tell you, do not underestimate the competition. They have lots of money. We don't have lots of money. We could get lots of money, but we don't have any. So I appreciate all of you who are members. I hope all of you who are not members of the ISRA will join. Also join the Guns Save Life, join the NRA. You have to join them all. So I appreciate your time tonight, and thank you.
Aaron Hardwick, your mother.